us on TV for being with us, and welcome to our English news edition that will start by headlines. Celebration on Monday of the African Day dedicated to school feeding. The First Lady, Angelina Ndaishimie, said that school canteens programs covered 7 provinces where 600,000 pupils benefited from food at school. Related ceremonies took place at Nyamugali Basic School, located in Kabezi commune of Bujumbura province. And in world news, in Thailand general election, the reformist opposition has won the most seats and the largest share of the popular vote after voters resoundingly rejected the military-backed parties that have ruled the Southeast Asian country for nearly a decade. Welcome once more. Details, and I'm Joseph Ndajambo. Celebration this Monday of the African Day dedicated to school feeding. The First Lady, Angelina Ndaishimie, said that school canteens programs covered 7 provinces where 600,000 pupils benefited from food at school. Related ceremonies took place at Nyamugali Basic School, located in Kabezi commune of Bujumbura province. More details with Christine Kimana.
At the occasion of the celebration of African Day dedicated to school feeding, the First Lady Angelina Ndaishimie offered food to students of the basic school Nyamugali, located in Kabezi commune. The First Lady Angelina Ndaishimie thanked the World Food Programme representatives and the ambassador of Netherlands in Burundi, as well as other organizations which support the government of Burundi in the implementation of school canteens throughout different schools in the country. She mentioned that this program covered 7 provinces countrywide, where more than 600,000 pupils received food at school. Taking the floor, the Minister of National Education and Scientific Research, François Habyarimana, mentioned that more than 2 million students still need food at school, as it has been revealed that equilibrated nutrition have positive impact on school results. The representative of World Food Programme, as well as the ambassador of Netherlands in Burundi, recognized the importance of school canteen program as this ensure food security in school milieu and increase school performances by students. Local farmers are then invited to increase the production so as to support this school canteen program and supply food products.
Staying home news, 3 ministers, namely the one in charge of communication and ITC, Minister for the Youth, and that one in charge of civil servants, met this Monday in the population of Mukaza commune in Bujumbura, capital city. The visit aimed at responding to the call of the head of state, urging ministers to find suitable solutions to the concerns of the population. Elsie Kamkama reports.
3 ministers located in the Taisawa in charge of communication, Doris Ngomigo in charge of civil service, and Ezekiel in charge of youth, sport and culture, visit this Monday Mukaza commune in order to help find solutions to challenges that face the local population. Each one of the ministers got his own questions. For the civil service minister, he has been asked how far is the process of legalization of civil servants with special status. He has also been asked the reason why he retired, the dead as well as the quitters are not replaced. To those questions, the Urusengamigo responded that the process is still going on, that they have to be patient. And for replacing the civil servants, he mentioned that only the Education Ministry as well as the Health Ministry have that right. Other ministries will have to wait for the implementation of the new civil servant general status, the one that's limited to 60 years for retirement rather than 65, regarding to civil servants who from 2014 were led by an extraordinary budget. He assured them that the file will be well started. And the minister having youth in his attributions, he has been asked the reason why young Burundian athletes are not well supported so to reach an international career. Another question was about the author right. To those questions, the minister said that they will collaborate with the Athleticism Federation so to detect talent from the route to the national river. And for the artist, he urged them to respect and use Burundian culture. As far as the Minister having communication in her attributions was concerned, she has been asked why the national television is not gratis and why the fixed telephones are not used anymore, whereas they were useful for the population. For the national television, the minister has suggested them to follow RTNB Channel 2. She also added that there is a project called CNTB, which will allow RTNB to operate to all channels and for fixed telephones. She said that daily plate once Onatel will be innovate as planned in the project. And for concluding, those ministers has urged the population to come to their ministries if ever they have problems.
From Bujumbura to Rutana now, whereby representation of CNDD of the party in Rutana province granted on Saturday 320 rabbits to women gathered in the cooperatives in Mhinga Kayove commune. Beneficiaries have been asked to take care of this donation. Details. It is the third day of the program of distribution of rabbits to women affiliated with the party CNDD-FDD Abakinyirira Rugamba, but also others who are not members of this ruling party. They are united in cooperatives on hills, an activity organized by the representation of the ruling party in the Rutana province. This Saturday, it was the turn of the Mhinga Kayove commune, whereby the party granted 320 rabbits to these women's cooperatives. Sylvain Zikoruriho, Provincial Secretary of the CNDD-FDD party in Rutana province, said that the program is part of responding to the appeal of the head of state that each household must have at least 5 rabbits. Sylvain Zikoruriho specified that they preferred women so that they could cover households' needs in appropriate times. He thanked the natives and merchants of Rutana province for their contribution in the development of their province. And as for the National Secretary in charge of development at the CNDD-FDD party, Martin Nivyabandi, he returned to the benefits of the rabbit, whether for agriculture but also for health. He called on the population of Rutana to work diligently to increase production, and members of different political parties are invited to work in association to develop the country together. Martin Nivyabandi asked the youth to support senior people and prepare for their future life. In sports news now of the last week, we talk about the last General Assembly organized by Vitalo Football Club, as well as the coming cyclist competition. Maisum Higwe tells us more.
In sports news, which has characterized this last week, we'll talk about the General Assembly of Vitalo Football Club, which was organized in order to elect the new committee replacing the previous one, as it was reported by Arsene Buchuti. As far as the construction of Inwa Stadium preparation is concerned, we mentioned that on Friday, the staff of the mayorship of Bujumbura has contributed via communes and zones different sacks of cement. Jimmy Tunimana, who was piloting that team, has granted this donation to the chair of Burundi Football Federation. Alexandre Muyenge, on his turn, had thanked that personnel for that contribution. He also requested other provinces to do the same in order to achieve this goal on the planned time. As far as the cyclism is concerned, a press conference has been organized by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture in order to announce the coming competition, which will be held on 21 of May this year in Gitega province. The competition, which will be organized dually with presentation of the Belgium embassy here in Burundi.
In world news now, talking about Thailand's election, The reformist opposition has won the most seats and the largest share of the popular vote after voters resoundingly rejected the military-backed parties that have ruled the Southeast Asian country for nearly a decade. Have a look.
A new progressive force in the landscape of Thai politics. Peter Limjaronrat has led his party to victory in the lower house of parliament. Now he says he's ready for the top job.
People of Thailand have already spoken their wish, and I am ready to be the Prime Minister for all, whether you agree with me or you disagree with me.
The 42-year-old has built a large support base among young Thais, often from urban areas, who are fed up with pro-military conservative leadership. He's already vowed to push ahead with a move to change the country's controversial royal defamation law, which can put people in jail for up to 15 years for anything deemed as an insult to Thailand's royal family. His other promises include promoting small businesses, curbing monopolies, and ending military conscription.
Move Forward has welfare policies, but Move Forward moves to a new frontier. It's no longer about populism. So actually, they have tapped into a lot of sentiments that have been feeling, I think, that Thailand needs to change. And that change has to do with the reform of the military, the monarchy, getting rid of the draft.
Limjaronrat spent time in New Zealand as a teenager before studying in Bangkok and then at Harvard in the US. He's also a businessman and was only 25 when his father died, forcing him to return to Thailand to take over the family's struggling agriculture company. One of the younger candidates of Thailand's election, Limjaronrat is also popular on social media, often posting photos with his 7-year-old daughter. But in a country where military coups and court orders have often trumped the ballot box, his success in the election doesn't necessarily mean the road to Prime Minister will be a smooth one. He needs to gather enough votes in Parliament to make up for military-appointed Senate members. Support from the runner-up Pheu Thai party is a strong start.
In Myanmar, at least 3 people have been killed and hundreds evacuated as heavy rains hit the worst of the country. Take a listen.
Heavy wind and rains batter Myanmar's western coast. Cyclone Mocha has killed at least 6 people and left hundreds injured. Communications have been cut off in what's one of Asia's least developed countries. Roughly 1,000 people had to be evacuated after seawaters rose more than 3 meters. But the cyclone's true impact is still unclear. In neighbouring Bangladesh, authorities had already evacuated hundreds of thousands of people from the cyclone's path, a move that may have saved lives.
Our fire department is ready to deal with the aftermath left by the cyclone and handle the disaster relief work.